Good morning. So, there's something here about Pandora's box does not open by force. You have to release expectations of what could be in the box before it'll open. Today's message is about setting intentions and releasing expectations. No. Okay. So, this morning you guys are in hermit mode. Virgo energy. And the sacred masculine. It's another 4. Okay, so the process of coming out of the cave is what leads to sacred masculine. The hermit kind of makes me think about the box, which I'm not going to talk too much about the oracle cards today, but it's like trapped inside of limiting beliefs, holding onto expectations. Crowning energy is that 10 of Wands. In the past is the Ace of Wands. I swear to God, I shuffle these fucking cards. Subconscious, Ace of Cups. This is what built the energy. So there were new passions, new emotional beginnings, and in the future we've got the 9 of Wands. Right, there was something about leaving because I have the village card out here also. The village and the box represent borders and boundaries that must be crossed to grow. Yeah, and this 9 of Wands generally talks about our boundaries, our borders, what protects us. And she's kind of looking at these wands like they're a burden. Yeah, they are a burden. Alright, the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. 4 of Cups. And the Ace of Swords. The only ace that's not out here is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. This is about wise detachment, wise non-attachment. Discerning. It's discernment, and it's not attaching to expectations. Pandora's box cannot open by force. You have to release expectation. Okay, so there's also something here about having to take action. And the story of Abraham is coming to mind. God gave Abraham the spirit of adventure. Got him out of his parents' basement and sent him on the trip of a lifetime. Sent him out to find his wife, which led to his son, which led to a lesson about sacrifice. Okay, so something here about taking not evasive action, spirit. Decisive action, taking decisive action. When we're in hermit mode, we're inside of the proverbial cave and we're seeking answers within. The torch, the light, the lantern is us. It's our spirit, and we're searching within to find the answers. But now's the time. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 is the death card. Yeah, like we've been in this cave, and it's a time for us to recognize our transformation. Up here, the top of mind, the crowning energy, we're carrying a ton of baggage. But remember, yesterday this card reminded me of the balance of our external and our internal world. Today I'm definitely seeing it where we're finding that these are burdensome to us, and it's time for us to let this shit go. So we got the spark. We got that spark of passion, that spirit of adventure to move forward, to carry on. To leave the village, to get uncomfortable. This Ace of Cups. I think that this collective has actually learned the balance of the internal and the external. But I think we're still fighting to come out of our isolation. Because within isolation lays the old paradigm, and this is a message about, look, bitch, it's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to do the things that are out of your comfort zone. There is a message here about creative accountability, correcting your mistakes, to begin asking the universe sincerely for the things that we want. But there's also a thing here about dropping your expectations. Schrodinger's cat. The story goes like this. He put the cat in the box with a radioactive molecule. Closed the box. Now, then they use a Geiger counter to test the radioactive material coming from the box. And as that radioactive material starts to degrade, it releases a poison which kills the cat. So, is the cat alive or dead in the box? A paradox is there is no cat in the box until you observe the cat. Until you observe the cat, you must assume that there is no cat in the box. Or you assume that the cat is both alive and dead at the same time, which is a technical impossibility. Well, improbability, I should say, because Schrodinger like had thousands and thousands of cats over the years that he tested his experiments on. Right, but you can't have an expectation. This is how quantum mechanics works. You can't expect anything because within the box holds the potential for everything. So this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Cups, I feel like there were certain boundaries that were held, and within those boundaries were held expectations. Walk away from the things that don't fulfill you. Have the wisdom to walk away from that stuff. The discernment. See the truth. Don't attach to it. Have no attachment to an expectation. I woke up this morning with the George Harrison song. I've got my mind set on you. I've got my mind set on you. And it's gonna take time. A whole lot of precious time. Have an intention. Like I said, this is going to take practical action. Decisive action. This is going to take masculine energy to bring yourself out of your comfort zone and step beyond the boundaries, step out of the paradigm, recognize that this and that are both true until you observe it. You can't collapse the wave until you observe it. Well, you can't observe it. Wait. You have an intention, so technically you're already observing it, and you're observing the attention, but there's an expectation of what it's supposed to look like. You're being sent on an adventure. You know, you've probably made some mistakes. You've probably made some mistakes, and you have set expectations. So therefore, the things that you were manifesting didn't happen the way that you expected them to, and it frustrated you. So put the fire out and try again. Don't attach to the expectation. How the attachment happens is there's an emotion. There's an emotion that's attached to the expectation. So what you have to do is you have to release your attachment from the emotion. How does it make you feel? Well, it makes me feel happy and joyful and, you know, whatever. Which is what we're supposed to be doing, right? We're supposed to be following our excitement. But this Four of Cups says that actually the emotion that you're attaching to is the disappointment. It's not going to happen the way that I want it to happen. So therefore, I'm going to attach to the need to continue to say it's not going to happen the way that I want it to happen. If this is a love situation, which, just put it out there. Today's date is February 11th, 2/11. 2/2 in a 1 year. So 2/2/1. 2/2 and the 11. There's a lot of duality this month. This month is all about love. It's 2 month. It's about partnerships. There's a lot of duality today. 2/2 is about we're building our foundation through the recognition of duality, that you have to have a balance of masculine and feminine, fire and water. You have to have a balance in order to manifest. The one, our manifestations. And this card, Night Ride, is out here on the table. So you're being supported. You're being supported through all of this. Spirit's saying there won't be any rain today. You know, you're going to get the thing that you most desire. You just have to release the expectation of how it's going to look. Cut through the veil of illusion. Cut through the illusion to see what is truly on the other side. Mr. Blue Sky. The 8 of Cups plus the 4 Cups, that's 12 Cups, that's 3 Cups. There's a creative solution to this. And celebration, 3 of Cups, celebration with others. So again, if this is a romantic situation, you have to... Oh, and I'm seeing the peacock again. So this is about authentic expression. Release the expectations. Release the expectation of how it's supposed to look, whatever this thing is that you're manifesting. You've been given the passion and the desire. You've been given the discernment. And you've been given the emotional capacity. Now, let go of what it is, so that when it arrives, you can recognize it. I love you guys. Enjoy your day, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.